Picture this, not too long ago, China was a super poor country. It's hard to believe, but over 9 out of 10 people there lived in super tough times, struggling to get by. But in just 40 years, they turned things around in the most amazing way. Today, China is like a superhero on the world stage. China is a bit of a superpower these days. But how did they pull off this magic trick? What's the big secret? That's what we're here to find out today. In 1978, a smart leader named Deng Xiaoping had a genius idea. He shook things up big time in China. Back then, China only contributed a tiny 2% to the world's money pot. But now, it's like a mega 18%. Yep, they're the second biggest economy globally. And guess what? Almost no one's poor there anymore, less than 1%. See, China comes from an old word, qin, and that's a bit like chin when you say it. There's something cool too, the Chinese don't call their country China. Nope, they call it Zhonghua, which means Middle Kingdom. It's like saying, we're the center of the world, because they've got 4,000 years of history. China is a big country, like really big. It's the 4th largest in the whole world. Why? 'Cause most of the good farming land is in the east part. To the west, there are big mountains and deserts. Being this huge made China strong for a long time, until around the 19th century when bad things happened. The bad stuff was like colonial times when other countries messed with China. It's what they call the Century of Humiliation from 1839 to 1949. The British started by selling a drug called opium, and many Chinese people got hooked on it. Then, the British took parts of China as payment. There were wars and famines, and it was all really sad. But China didn't give up. In 1949, they had a big fight, the communists won and set up the People's Republic of China. A guy named Mao Zedong was in charge. Mao had some ideas, like the Great Leap Forward in 1958. He wanted to change things fast. First, they shared out the land, and then, they made big factories for steel. But it didn't work out. The steel from small backyard furnaces wasn't good, and the farmers didn't want to grow more food when they had to give it all to the government. Things got so bad, there was a huge famine, and millions of people suffered. Mao had more ideas, some good, some not so much. The Cultural Revolution in 1966 was a time of big change, but also lots of problems. It created fear and chaos, and lots of people got hurt. Mao passed away in 1976, but things didn't get better right away. It wasn't all bad, though. Under Mao, there were also good things like giving women more rights and getting more people educated. After Mao, a new leader, Deng Xiaoping, took over, and things started to change in a better way. China made smart moves in education, science, technology, and math, and that's what helped them grow and become super strong. Deng Xiaoping was a leader in China who changed the country a lot. He thought differently from the previous leader, Mao. Deng believed the government had too much control over everything, and that was bad for China. So, he started doing things to make China better. First, he helped farmers. Before Deng, the government owned all the land, and farmers couldn't choose what to grow or make money from it. Deng didn't change this, but he let individual farmers and their families use the land for a long time. They could decide what to grow and sell the extra food for money. This helped farmers a lot. Deng also changed how factories worked. Before, the government decided everything, and it was not very good. Deng let the people who worked in the factories have more say in what they made, how much, and how much they got paid. This made people work harder. Deng made sure kids got to go to school for free for 9 years. He also spent more money on education and taught people the skills they needed for jobs. This made a lot of people in China smarter. He also helped small businesses in rural areas called township and village enterprises, TVEs. These businesses improved people's lives, and many jobs were created because of them. Deng opened up China's economy to the world. He made it easier for foreign companies to invest and build things in China. This helped China grow a lot. He also focused on building good roads, railways, and improving healthcare. Deng put a lot of money into science and technology. China built places for research in areas like energy, computers, space, and more. This made China a leader in technology. Deng's way of doing things was not perfect, and he was still in charge like a boss. But he showed that you can change a country step by step, and you should make changes that help people. Deng's ideas and actions transformed China into a powerful and modern country, and he remains a great example of how to improve a nation's life step by step.